I am the old wise dragon, and I'm here to tell you a secret. If you want to have a great time playing War Dragons, be sure to hit subscribe.
Can't ignore an old wise dragon. Alright guys, welcome back to another Talk Dragon Tuesday with RPW. Today is October 30th, and of course, the weeks usually begin on a Wednesday, so beginning October 31st, which is Halloween, we will be opening up our next event for War Dragons, and this event is going to be the Fortification event. If you are new, if you are so new that you've never done the Fortification events, or you've never joined a team so you don't know what the Fortification event is about, then be sure to go check out my event guide series where I discuss all the things you need to know as a beginner within the Fortification event. All you need to remember is, well, most importantly I should say, is that you don't want to spend any kind of elemental embers, fire shards, ice shards, pearls, or even your lumber packs outside of this event. Those are the things that are going to give you the most benefit during the Fortification. So if you are new and you're not used to the Fortification event, then like I said, check out my event guide and don't be afraid to reach out to your leadership. I'm sure they will be glad to help you. Alright guys, so the next thing is, if you're new to my channel or you're old to my channel, then one of the most exciting things about Talk Dragon Tuesday is you can enter for a chance to win a $20 in-game pack. That's right guys, $20 worth of goodies for your game. And you can either save this stuff up for a future event, or you can even use it now. And usually they are prizes that'll be event based. So if you get it during the Fortification event, it'll probably have lumber packs and rubies and other things. So be sure to do this. You're going to check out later out in the video what it is you're going to need to do in order to enter for the chance to win this week's contest. Now, I usually do these contests as a live drawing on on Saturdays or Sundays, depending on how busy I am. So you have to, of course, check back and see if you won. And if you win, I will, of course, send up your information to War Dragons, and they will get that gift out to you as soon as they can. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and jump into the week's news. Now, as you may already know, Somnus is going to be released this week, and this is the festive dragon of this season. Now, it's pretty cool because this dragon is something that they actually designed on Twitch. With that being said, that meant it was designed with the community. So it is a very special, very beautiful dragon, and it is the festive dragon of the season. However, there are some things that you need to know about this dragon before you go and dump all your sigils on it. You need to have a conscious decision before you make that leap. So let's jump into all of the information you need to know about Somnus. Oh, Somnus, Somnus, Somnus. You are one beautiful dragon, but do I want you in my roster? That is the question. Now, first of all, this dragon will not be discounted, so it's going to have to be worth it to you to pay full price. This dragon is a dark legendary sorcerer dragon. And if you'll know, of course, there's already been 2 hunters and 2 warriors released, so this will be the secondary sorcerer of this season. Now, with this dragon, we already know by watching the live streams that there's the Soul Barrage, the Death Knell, the Ectoplasmic Breath, and the Dark Flack Resist. Now, each of these spell sets are going to have very specific details that we're about to go over that's going to make this dragon either, whoa, totally worth it, or whoa, what were they thinking? So let's go over this specific dragon, its spell sets, and everything that we need to know about the nitty-gritty details that come with each little spell, and then we'll talk about how they combine together. Now, this spell is a little bit, I can say, unsure. I'm not 100% certain about this one, but this is the Soul Barrage. Now, it's going to send out 5 homing shots to all the targets in the area. Now, each projectile randomly chooses one of the available towers and deals 20% of the dragon's max HP. Now, it's saying it shoots 5 homing shots on all targets in the area, so my guess is it's going to send it to 5 different towers, and each projectile will randomly choose one of the available towers and deals 20% of your dragon's max HP and damage. Now, this spell has a 1.75 cooldown, and it's available immediately thereafterwards. So I think that this comes off a little confusing. I'm thinking what it means is it'll come, available again as soon as you have, of course, finished up your 1.75. So don't let that confuse you. I think what this is saying, this is my personal opinion, we'll see this when they actually go out and fly it this week, but I think what it's basically saying is whenever you go up to an island and you've got 5 towers sitting on the island, you're going to be able to send this out as a target, and it's going to send random 5 homing shots to targets in that area. If there's 10 targets in that area, then it maybe only sends to 5. Now it'll hit, of course, 5 of those towers, and it's only going to deal 20% of the dragon's max HP. This is, of course, at the very minimum, without any kind of runes or glyphs. Now, it does have a 1.75 cooldown, so basically, once that cooldown is over, then, of course, it'll be available again to use as long as you have your rage. Now, this is great because it is a white spell, and I'm hoping to see that the runes, of course, make a big difference, but we'll go over that shortly, because 20% damage is not much at all. I'm not super thrilled about this. I think I need to see it in person to see how it works before I really say, oh, yay, this spell's really cool just because it's white. To me, it sounds a lot like lightning, but in a different form. So it sounds to me like the white lightning bolt goes out and puts a percentage of damage out there. So that is the way I'm taking it. Now, the next spell, of course, is the Death Knell. This is going to be a red spell, and it's going to take you 2 rage. Now, once you activate it, the spell will fully restore all of your health and all of your rage immediately. Because, you know, you want to restore your health and your rage, especially with a sorcerer, because sorcerers tend to be on the weak side. So, with this being said, it will simultaneously deal 15% of the base HP also to the damage on any nearby towers. Now, during this time, you're also going to get a brief invincibility for 2 seconds. Now, the one disappointing thing about this, it is already a red spell and it takes 2 rage. It's the most expensive spell of all, but it has a 15-second cooldown, and we all know that 15 seconds is a long period of time in, you know, attacking a base. So if you go and you utilize this too soon, or when you don't really need it, then those towers, especially something like ice flaks or fire flaks, are going to be able to take you down pretty quickly. So you're going to have to really be careful when you use the spell. Yes, it's an amazing spell. It's something you could really utilize, but it would be definitely a tricky one. Now, the next one is going to be the Ectoplasmic Breath. This is an active white 0 rage spell, which means you can spam it as much as you want. And all it basically does is it's going to increase your fireball attack by 200%, which is going to give you a total 300% damage. So if you mix this in with the Soul Barrage, you're going to be able to get quite a bit. So you're going to be able to get your regular attack fire going out by 300%, and then, of course, send out your Soul Barrage with it, and you're going to be able to get some great stuff. However, it is 4 seconds long, and it has 0 cooldown, which is great. So you can spam this all day long, but I don't know why they just wouldn't increase the amount of it in general. I don't know. Anyways, so the Dark Flack Resist. The Dark Flack Resist is a passive spell, just like all the other resists, and it will reduce the damage taken from Dark Flack towers by 70%. I personally would have loved to have seen an all Flack resist on this dragon, because it is such a weak dragon, and the red spell is, like I said, a very long cooldown. So me personally, I would have loved to have seen a different resist on here, particularly, like I said, either an elemental resist or a all Flack resist, just because it is a sorcerer. Sorcerers do tend to be your most weak dragons. However, at the same time, you know, dark flaks are your most common flak towers you do see out there, so not bad. Now, this dragon will come with runes and glyphs along, just like all the others. It's going to be the epic rune of horrors, the legendary rune of horrors, and the mythic glyph of horrors. I don't know what they're going to look like yet, but this is just to give you an idea. Now, each and all of these are going to, of course, increase your Soul Barrage damage. So you can imagine by a certain percentage with your epic, then with your legendary, and lastly with your mythic. But the mythic glyph is also going to give you an increased sorcerer attack. So this sorcerer in total is going to have some massive power if you can get it all the way down to the mythic glyph of horrors, because not only are you going to be able to increase that Soul Barrage, but you're actually going to be able to, of course, have that earlier spell as the Ectoplasmic Breath. So yeah, so with those spells, it's going to have some massive attack. It really is going to have a lot of oomph behind its, you know, power. But I'm not crazy about the health side of this one. It doesn't have, you know, much when it comes to health. And, you know, with sorcerers already having health issues as it is, that is the only downfall for me and why I'm personally not going to get this dragon. But I do think she is going to be a wonderful dragon when it comes to everything else. If you could equip an invincibility shield on her, or let's say the vampiric touch, things like that could help this dragon be much stronger. And then of course, you know, eventually as they get the sorceress fixed, then you'll be able to also be able to increase her health with things like your riders. So that is one thing, but like I said, I'm not completely in love. So that is Somnus, a very beautiful dragon, and its spell set is very solid, honestly, very, very solid. But I don't see her being the popular one of this season. All right, the exciting part, the $20 in-game pack. Now, these in-game packs are provided by War Dragons. This is their way of sponsoring and providing support to those in the Creators Faction members. So with this being said, you will have a chance to enter for this week's $20 in-game pack. But what you've got to do is scroll to the very bottom of this video, find the comment section and put hashtag Somnus. And then of course, while you're at it, put your in-game name and what you think of this dragon. Do you plan to get it? Do you plan to skip it? What is your thoughts on this dragon? And then of course, everyone that does this will be put up. I'll type it out, print it up, and then later this week, usually on Saturday or Sunday, we will do a live drawing here on my channel. Now, I will draw this from a bowl live, so it's very fair. Don't forget to put your name down there. Don't skip out on entering this. This is 20 bucks, and it's a real chance to win. Now, don't forget, you have to be logged into YouTube in order to put a comment. So if for some reason you are on an external system, like you're watching this from Facebook or whatever, you're not going to find that comment section below. You're actually going to have to go into YouTube and do this. Now, another reason to do this is, of course, to support my channel. If you are not logged in, then you're not going to be able to give me that thumbs up or subscribe to my channel. So be sure to jump over there real quick. Give me that warm thumbs up that you want to give me. I know you do. I know you do. Yes, yes, yes. Anyways, be sure to go over and that way you can actually enter for this week's contest. Okay, so those of you that are not familiar with my channel, I do have an Atlas Explorer series that I was doing at first, but I really didn't understand Atlas. I was new to it as well, and I was realizing there was a ton of mistakes being made in my videos. I was having to correct every week. So I took a break, worked on Atlas, got to know it, and I've been putting up videos again. Now, last week I planned on putting up a video for you guys, but there were some things that happened within my family, with my kids, that really took precedence. So with that being said, I was going to put it out on Saturday, but the video I was going to do was on glory hunting by using your alts and farming them. So using like an alt you might have on your team that you also keep pretty high up there, or maybe on an Alliance's members team, whatever, how you can actually farm those specific Primarchs in order to get much better glory. Now, with this being said, we will actually be putting this out tomorrow, so I'm super excited. Don't miss it, guys. It is awesome. Awesome. Yes, awesome, definitely. So anyways, guys, so if you want to be on my Let's Talk Dragon show and have a chit chat with me, be sure to hit me up on my line so we can get you scheduled as well. But anyways, that is it. So before you go, don't forget to hit that like button, comment, and then hit that subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And by the way, hit the bell. You'll get notifications.
Hello. I am the old wise dragon, and I'm here to tell you a secret. If you want to have a great time playing War Dragons, be sure to hit subscribe.